James Shapiro. He's head of market development at India's Bombay Stock Exchange. BSE being the oldest stock exchange in Asia, third largest number of listed companies in the world. And what are you seeing at the moment, James?
Well, we see a fairly healthy and diverse IPO market in India, with about 35 IPOs so far this year, from a range really across the board, all the different industries, technology, infrastructure, some government entities doing offerings for the first time, real estate, pretty much across the board, very kind of diverse offerings.
I guess it's your job to be attracting more people on to trading on the BSE. Who have you got in the pipeline?
Well, I think what we're seeing in India is very kind of diversified, broad development of the market. We're seeing a lot of people come to India for the first time, new firms that are trading in India, looking at the opportunity, becoming new members, a lot of new firms becoming members. We have a big membership drive on with over 400 new firms basically in the process of becoming members, which is a substantial increase on a base of about 1,000. And many of them are foreign firms coming for the first time, looking at the opportunity in terms of derivatives trading, in terms of automated trading, market making, that kind of activity. So it's a very exciting time. We see almost development in every direction, deepening and broadening and becoming more sophisticated. So we're quite engaged in building up the infrastructure and getting ready for the kind of growth.
Well, you mentioned many foreign firms. I take it that these are companies which already have their primary listing elsewhere, and they're basically listing Indian depository receipts. You know, is that the way ahead for you, or do you want to have more primary listing taking place there at your place?
No, I was speaking mostly in terms of brokers who are coming to India and becoming members to trade, not coming to list. I think the foreign listings business is still quite at its very early stage. We saw the first IDR list, Standard Chartered Bank, just mentioned in your last piece about a month ago. I think there's some appetite for other institutions to come and list in India, some foreign institutions, but it is not particularly a huge focus for us. I think some of those firms will come, but the bulk of our listings business and our IPO business is really domestically generated.
Yeah, certainly, and we're looking at what the government does in the future. Do you expect more, privatizations of former state industries in India to actually be listing there?
Yes, I mean there's definitely a long queue of government companies who have announced their intention to sell stakes and become publicly traded companies. But it's, as I said before, it's a nice kind of diversified pipeline, because we not only have the government entities, but we have lots of private entities and both small and large spin-offs of big companies, IPOs of relatively young companies which are raising capital and growing quickly. So it's a pretty diversified group.
Going to what you were saying about some of these people who are coming to trade derivatives, et cetera, to broaden the scope of what you do there. What about exchange-traded funds, ETFs, for instance? Where are you with that? ETFs are still a pretty young market in India. We have about, I forget the exact number, I think it's about 20 overall traded on the exchanges in India. The first big successful ETFs so far have been gold ETFs. And that may not be surprising to many people, because gold is a commodity that is very important in Indian culture. The equity ETFs based on the Sensex or on the Nifty are becoming more popular, but I think it's going to take time and education before people really see the value of passive indexing and using ETFs as a core portion of their portfolios. And it also, I think, will take sort of more institutionalization of the market. India is still a very retail market. And mutual funds, pension funds, insurance companies still play a relatively small role in the overall investment and trading. James, thank you very much indeed. James Shapiro, the head of market development in India's Bombay Stock Exchange.